Welcome back everyone, Happy New Year, it's MyTyme here, this is WWE Supercard. I hope you had a great time, you did a lot of stuff you wouldn't normally do. And on that note, before we kick off this episode, I'm going to do something I wouldn't normally do. I'm going to show you my new piece of merchandise. This is my New Day unicorn top. And on that note, I'm just going to say that New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Okay, that's something that I would never normally do and you're never going to see me do again. But now let's get back to the game. So here we go, WWE Supercard, we have Ring Domination, and it means that The Rock has made an appearance. Yes, the Survivor card, Survivor event card is The Rock, and he is, I'm going to imagine, if it's like any of the other tiers, going to be one of the better cards that you can get. Now I'm going to reckon they've done this because it's been Christmas time and they're hoping for a lot of people to get the card maybe and then playing to try and get it as a pro. However, doing that, you'd be surprised that they do it in Ring Domination because not everyone can get into the Survivor tier. So this is the first time I've been able to get the Survivor event card from Ring Domination because I have not been in Survivor tier till now. So we're going to go to the deck very quickly. I'm keeping myself somewhere in Survivor tier because I don't want to have to keep coming out the game and coming back in for the resets. However, there seems to be a lot of chat about everyone only getting rare cards if they're in Survivor tier. And same here, I've pulled nothing but rare cards in this whole Ring Domination. But it's the one I'm going with. I have a couple of up arrows, down arrow here. Rusev got a couple left and rights. And I've got two weaker cards in Rollins and Jake the Snake. Oops. That I am going to be training up. So, I'm going to play a couple of games before I go to finishing off The Rock. Then I will come back in later on and show the completion of that. And then let's also talk about a few things that are going on. So here I'm refreshing my opponent. I want to get an opponent in the Survivor tier rather than the Survivor Plus tier. Just so hopefully I don't have quite as strong a deck. Now, here we go. We'll just play... Looks like Jess. We're going to call it Jess. So, I have done videos before about the tactic I usually use in Ring Domination. And it's what I do normally do. But I'm also going to show you another way that you can do things. Now, it does depend on obviously the card you get. I've got a mix here. Got up, down, arrow, left and right. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to use my Toughness and Charisma deck boost for all my cards. And I'll place my weakest card, which is Jake Snake, in the middle. Now I'm doing that because there's a good chance he's going to get attacked multiple times. So it's going to help him to level up that card a lot quicker. Now if I put him in any of the corners or anywhere, he can only get attacked twice, or any of the sides, maybe 3 times. In the middle, he has the potential to get 4 different battles. And as a result, he's going to level up quicker. So he's in the middle. I got options to take either of the cards, but the computer will generally try and attack a card if it can. So if the computer's got a card in its hand or in its deck that can potentially beat one of your cards, it will lay it down. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my plus 19 to self and put my Rock in and attack Jake again. So Jake's going to get trained up, another toughness match. Going to win this. Now if the computer has a down or a right arrow, there's a good chance, not guaranteed, but a good chance he'll attack Jake the Snake again. Let's see what happens. There you go. Usually Daniel Bryan. If he procs again, he might win. No, he's not going to win. I don't remember what the stats were though, actually. If it's toughness, then he might. Yeah. Oh, fair enough. I didn't realise it was toughness. Okay, so I've got lucky there and I've won that one. Now, say if I had lost it, I'd have put Rusev up here and it would have guaranteed me Jake the Snake. And then you've got all these little squares where you can try and put some of your other cards in so you don't have to fight and you can win the match. But say we're winning here, I'm not going to fight, so I'm going to put my Edge in the corner to guarantee him. I don't need to fight, so I'm going to put my Rusev as a down arrow here, and then I can finish off in the top right hand corner and win the game. So, game done, got some picks. Now, let's talk about the card. Previous video, I did mention what I was going to do with my Jack Swagger, and the fact that The Rock has come out is great for me. I mean, it's awesome because I did say that we've had quite a few power cards recently, power and toughness, and I'm just really glad that they haven't brought out a speed card yet. Rock is traditionally a power and charisma card. Great. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, it means that I made my Jack Swagger out to be, I think he's max, yes. So he's played all his games. So I made my Jack Swagger here to be a speed card, pretty much. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is leaving the charisma. I was going to improve his charisma, put him up like here, add 57 to it. But now that The Rock's here, The Rock is going to be amazing in charisma. Therefore, Swagger's not going to beat him in charisma anyway. And he's probably not going to beat him in power. So what I'm now thinking of doing, although I wouldn't have done this before, is putting 3 definitely into the power to try and make, 3 into the toughness to try and make his toughness half decent. Put in 1 into the power to bring the power up to 3,000. So his power is going to be over 3,000. His toughness is going to be 2960. And completely give up with the charisma and put 1 into the speed just to bring that above 3,000 as well. And he can proc in power, he can proc in toughness. He's not going to beat the likes of probably most Undertaker or Roman Reigns in power and toughness unless he procs, because a lot of people probably train him up there, but he will beat basically every event card in speed. Then with my Rock card, I will make Rock beastly pretty much on the charisma, probably on the power, and then leave his speed completely alone. And then it will just be toughness on a future card that I'll work on. So this could be the wrong thing to do with my tokens, but I'm actually going to confirm it, because the idea is I will have, as you can see, this card's going to beat most other Swaggers, most other Reigns, and most other Undertakers that I come across. His power and toughness have a chance to be procs, and his charisma is just going to be his lacking attribute. But yeah, as I was saying, if I had, say for example, a speed card come up now, then I would have been in a bit of the old dog mess, because that would have ruined everything, because then everyone's going to be putting speed on, and then I'd have a card there which was no good in comparison to the event cards at speed. And come on, and I'd also have a card that, thank you, I'd have a card that is, hasn't utilised his power and his toughness. But let me know what you think. If you think that I've just made a mistake with him, then cool. Oh, damn it, I thought that was enough. I've obviously gone the speed route with him, so that was too late to change back. We can worry about all this later. And let's just go in very quickly then and play one more game of Ring Domination. After this game, I'll segue out. I'm going to carry on with it, and I will come back into the game once I'm actually at the point where I can comfortably collect the Rock card. So yeah, so that's good for me now. So I'm going to have to probably play the event over the coming weekend. Here, as you can see, I've got no down arrows. So what we're going to do here is we are going to put Jake Snake in the middle. And I've got no up arrows either. This is a good example of where you can potentially lose, and it makes it harder for me to do my corner tactic if you don't have at least one up or one down arrow. So as a result, I'm going to go again with the training idea. So worst case scenario is I train my Jake the Snake up. Hopefully I'll still get the win, because as we're going to see here, the computer now, if he wants to take it back, has to use an up or down. And I've now got the Undertaker and Bret Hart both capable of beating this Brock Lesnar. However, obviously I can't take the Jake the Snake back. So I'm going to use Undertaker to beat Brock, because if this person has event cards, then it's very likely he's got the Undertaker, Roman Reigns and Swagger, which would mean he can't take Brock Lesnar back because he's not a right arrow. So he's going to have to take Brock with a, yeah, here you go, a legendary or a Survivor card. And thankfully, Brock's proc from before, he wins. So now it doesn't matter about my Jake the Snake. I'm going to do the same tactic again, in terms of I'm going to put my weakest card here in the form of Seth Rollins, because I'm going to get him trained. I expect the computer, if he can, to attack him, and know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take the gamble. I'm gonna lie to you all. I'm gonna put Seth Rollins up here in the top left. Okay, hoping he gets attacked. Okay, he doesn't. If he had got attacked, then I would have put my Bret Hart in the corner, for example, and I still have all 5 to win. As it happens, I have guaranteed the 5 anyway, so this is just a game I have to play. So I've got 2 white arrows. I was gonna take a risk, but that would be bad. I should just show you the guaranteed win, really. Okay, so there we go. That's the game done. That's another win. I think I've got 18 picks. Let's go through very quickly. So, yeah, if you're in Survivor tier, let me know if you've actually picked anything off the board that hasn't been a rare card. Or in fact, if you're in Epic or Legendary, have you got anything? Because it's just rares. Now, all I can imagine is if I've heard in the past that there was a bit of a bug with it, but not experienced it before, not been in a tier before for Ring Domination, so I didn't know about it. But if that is the case, I've also then heard, because of the number of games you play, I mean it's 36 pieces I think per card. So you know, if you're doing only 3, even if you only do the Legendary, the Survivor, and the event cards, that is still 108 different board resets that you get, and you know that should put you close, especially if you already think you were getting close to having a reset before, to actually getting your deck reset. So I have heard in the past that when you then play some exhibition games afterwards, it doesn't take you too long to get that reset. But anyway, I'm going to cancel this out here. I'm going to come back again when we're close to finishing the card, so I will see you all very soon. Okay, once I'm back, let's show you this rock card. Now, Survivor, where is he? There you go. I haven't played all his games, so he is in the team. I've only used him a little bit. As you can see, currently he's best stat by far is charisma, going to be followed by power. His speed is okay, his toughness not so good. Now, my plan is going to be, probably like a lot of people, I will focus on giving him decent, probably one of the best charismas any of the cards are going to have in the Survivor tier. And because I don't have that Roman Reigns or the Undertaker, I'm very tempted to go with his power as well. Now, obviously, speed is probably going to be a lot of people go for. I haven't decided, because obviously my swagger is the speed card, whether I'm also going to put The Rock as a speed card or not. I haven't decided. I wish I could get the crystal ball out and know what the next event card was going to be. But as long as I get a pro of The Rock, then he'll probably be charisma for sure, because swagger lacks the charisma. He'll probably be power as well, and I'm tempted to go for the toughness on him, because a lot of people do speed. I'll put the toughness on my Rock, and we'll probably 3-stat him like that. That's the plan anyway. Well, if you did manage to get The Rock, let me know what you guys are thinking of doing. It'd be interesting to hear what other people are doing. Obviously, it does depend on what other cards you have in your deck. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all soon.